Question number 11. Let A equals 2i plus 7j and B equals the vector negative 3i plus 4j. Find the dot product A times B. So A times B is equal to 2 times negative 3. So we multiply the I component plus, and then we multiply the j component. So we're going to have negative 6 plus 28, which will give us 22. Let A be the vector 2 and negative 5, B the vector negative 3 and 4. Find negative 2A plus B. So negative 2A plus B is equal to negative 2 times 2, negative 5 times 2, plus B, which is negative 3 and 4. Now we have negative 4 and negative 10. This is negative 2. This is going to be 10 plus negative 3 and 4. And that will lead to negative 7. Negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 7. 10 plus 4 is 14. Match each graph with its equation. So I have a bunch of equations here and I need to match them. You can start with the rose curves first, but I will go in order here. The first shape here is a inner loop limison, which means the distance from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This represents A plus B. So A plus B equals 5. And then the distance here, which is just 1, negative 1 in the negative direction, represents A minus B equals negative 1. Now if you add these two, you get 2A equals 4, which will lead A equals to 2. And if you substitute that in the first equation, you get B equals to 3. So in this case, our shape is going to be R equals to A plus B cosine theta, because it is on the x-axis. If it was on the y-axis, it would be sine theta. But all of the shapes that happen to be on the x-axis represent cosine, because we know that x is equal to R cosine theta. So that is how I associate these together. So if we represent that, if we substitute the numbers, we will get 2 plus 3 cosine theta, which is gonna be this one. So this is matching A, shape A, uppercase A. The next shape is a dimpled limison. So again, same steps. We're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A plus B equals 8. And then 1, 2, A plus minus B equals 2. Now if you add them together, these B's are going to cancel. We have 2A equals to 10. That will lead to A equals 5. And then from the first equation, we will figure out that B equals to 3. Now we substitute. This is going to be the equation. R equals A plus B cosine theta again. If we substitute, we R equals to 5 plus 3 cosine theta, which is going to be the next shape again is a dimpled limison. So again, A plus B in this case is equal to 6, and then A minus B is equal to 0, which means A is equal to B. So A is equal to B is equal to 3. So the equation is going to be R equals to 3 plus 3 cosine theta. So that is this equation right here. And then the next one is again a dimpled limison. So we have A plus B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that is 4. is 10, and then a minus b is equal to 4. So if we solve these together, we get 2a equals 14, which means a is equal to 7, and then b is equal to 3 based on the first equation. So the equation is going to be 7 plus 3 cosine theta. So that is D. Shape E is a circle. We know that the equation of a circle is r equals a cosine theta in this case, since it's on the x-axis. And as you can see here, a is equal to 3, so r equals to 3 cosine theta. So that is E. Shape F is a rose curve. As you notice here, the petals are on the x-axis. The main petal here is on the x-axis, and there are 4 of them, which means the equation is going to be r equals to cosine 2n theta, and 2n in this case is basically that is the number of petals, so 2n in theta, n theta. And since in this case we have 2n equals 4, which is the number of petals, because that is even number, that means n is equal to 2, which means we're going to have the equation equals to cosine 2 theta, which is going to be this shape. The next rose curve looks like a sine, and the number of curves is 8, so 2n is equal to 8, which means n is equal to 4, and the equation is going to be r equals to sine n theta, which is in this case r equals to sine 4 theta. So G is going to be this one. The next curve is a cosine because the main petal is on the x-axis, as you can see here, and we have odd numbers, which means it's going to go exactly the same. So it's going to be r equals to cosine n theta, which is n in this case equals to 3 because it's odd. Because it's odd, we're going to say n is equal to 3. So n is equal to 5. We're going to say this, the 3. This is going to be r equals cosine 3 theta. Since we have an odd number, n is the same. The next shape is going to be r equals 2. We have 8, which means cosine 4 theta in this case. And the last one is going to be r equals to cosine 5 theta, since we have an odd number. So the last two, I did the same concept as the previous ones. And hopefully you can match the graphs now to the equations.